What's up, guys? What's up, girls? Here I am walking red. $4,000. Holy smokes. How could this happen? Well, I broke a lot of rules today. I overtraded. I didn't walk away. And I did walk away, but even after I walked away, I got back on like 3 times. I even went to the park, came back from the park, and even tried to trade again. Super frustrating. 4 grand out the door. Never got a hold of anything at all today. I mean, at the start of the day, I got about $600 maybe. Got up $600 in 8 NKTX. But rolled over from there. Traded 4 stocks, red on every single one. So, you know, it's not a major red day. $4,000 red. It's the biggest red day I've had in probably a couple months. Didn't need to be this big. I mean, I think no doubt today was going to be a red day. And I knew that pretty early on when I was trading. Yeah, I still kept trading and trading and trading and trading, and I've been in this position before where it's just like no matter how hard you try, you're not gonna make your money back. And so instead of making my money back, I just kept losing more and more. The silver lining here is I did make 12 grand yesterday, so I lost a third of it today. Still up 8,000 on the week, so the week is not ruined. Okay, if I let the emotion of this loss carry into tomorrow and I lose more, if I lose a lot tomorrow, or if I don't get aggressive, if there's a good stock moving, if I'm scared and fearful, then I mean this loss today no doubt will affect the rest of the week of how I trade. I mean, the win, my big win yesterday affected my performance today. I was pretty aggressive trading the same stock I did yesterday, NKTX. Out of the gates, there was some momentum on it, there was some movement, but at one point I got in, perfect entry, up $1,000. Called out NKTX in the Discord while I was still in the position, thinking, hold it for one more minute because this thing might pop up. It didn't pop up. That $1,000 win turned into like a $400 loss, and I think that just set me off right there. And that was my first indication that NKTX was not behaving the same way it was yesterday. So I should have walked away there, but I didn't. I kept trading and traded a few other stocks that people called out. Pretty much every time I got in them, they just flushed hard. I mean, the market was just against me today, all day today. No doubt about it. It was just like God wanted to spite me. Or I shouldn't say God, but the market wanted some of its money back. I took 12 grand out of the market yesterday. No surprise that the market today on Tuesday was wanting some of that money back. So I gave back 4,000 of the 12 grand I made yesterday. And just the way it is with trading. You're constantly winning and you're constantly losing. That's kind of the sucky part of this gig. So with that said, let's get into the recap real quick. So 4 stocks: AVDL, NKTX, SKYH, and Veru. The stock I did the worst on is NKTX. I mean, I was just all over the place on that. I was down 2 grand, back up to only down 500. Traded AVDL, barely remember it. Well, look at this. NKTX is starting to push. But no surprise, false breakout. I mean, this is one of those stocks where it just seems like every time I put an order in, some market maker, some big player would see it and then just screw me over. Especially when it gets to light volume like it is now. That's especially can be the case where they're playing games with your orders. You put an order in, they'll pull the ask, and then you'll be buying 10, 20 cents above that. So there's just not enough volume to override the computers. Basically, I was trading against a computer today. Is this at the start of the day there was some natural movements, some natural up and down. But later into the day, about right here, it became evident, and I didn't listen to it. It became evident that I was basically trading against a computer. And as you know, computers usually always win. So sure enough, lost $2,200 on this one. I'm tempted to get back on. I mean, it's holding up. I mean, I was looking down here thinking it was going to go short. It popped up, and ever since that moment, it's been going up since then. I mean, if I would have just punched my 5,000 shares right here, held it all morning, had I just done nothing, held it all morning till right now, I would be up 10 grand. But I got to be careful thinking like that, because it's just not how I trade. That's just not how I do it. Twitter, don't care. So I don't want to play that shoulda, woulda, coulda game. Also had AVDL. Someone called this out, and it was looking good, but I think I started trading it right in this pop here. It flushed all the way back down to support, even broke support, and then it comes back up, breaks the high. I mean, this is tricky stuff. And then it sells off, and then it sold off, and now it's in no one's trade. This thing's deader than dead. So lost way more than I thought. I mean, just for a quick call out someone made, not saying it's their fault by any means, but lost way more money because I tried to get into aggressive. I was getting in 4,000, 8,000 shares on it. And as you know, with bigger share sizes, bigger wins, but also bigger losses. I took that same aggression I had yesterday to make 12 grand. I brought it in today. The market was not willing to match that aggression. It wasn't willing to work with that aggression, and I wasn't willing to not be aggressive. I wasn't willing to be, I don't know what you want to call it. I just wasn't willing to be, to manage my risk in a better way. I was trading in a highly risky way today, in which you need to, whoops, that's going to be loud. You need to trade, you need to take risk to make money. And so today I took on a little bit more risk than I should have, especially knowing that yesterday was such a big day. It was just straightforward that today was at high risk of being a big red day. It's just such a common pattern where if I have a big green day, I'll have a big red day right after. It's almost like the market, the market gave us that nice green day on Monday, but on Tuesday it's taking a break. On the next day it's taking a break, and if I don't also take a break with it, I'm gonna get smoked. So that's AVDL. Didn't really trade it too much. Veru, higher flow, just, and looking at it, no, that's yesterday. Someone called it out and it was up at like 15. Yeah, it was like right up at high day. I started looking at it, and as soon as I started trading it, look at it, just sold off for the next like half hour. As soon as I started looking at it right here, as soon as someone called it out, and I was like, all right, yeah, maybe. Sell off. Dead. Gone. So I chopped around a little bit, up 200, down 200, and then I just stopped here at 44. So that was kind of smart. What was the other little bugger that got me? Sky H pissed me off. Super whippy. I mean, the trend was good, had strength, but it was incredibly difficult for me to trade just because it was so whippy. I mean, look at this. It's barely even candlesticks. It's barely even like full, body candlesticks. It's all these little wicks, these, big wick here, wicks. When I was trading the stock, it was just flying all around the place. It was just hard to, I had the right idea. I was seeing this pattern right here. I was seeing this candle. I was getting in at 11.55. And I was selling down at 11.20. Then the next thing I know, 3 minutes later, it's doing what I thought it was going to do. And I was loading up bigger share size on this. And so had this been a little cleaner, would have made good money on this, but it was just so freaking whippy and choppy. It was just tough to trade. So I ended up losing a lot more than I should have on this. What was it? NKTX. The only stock I should have traded was NKTX. Even despite me being super red on it, I was at least somewhat dialed in on it, especially at the beginning of the day. No doubt if I would have focused on this alone, I probably would have had a smaller red day. But Sky H really set me off. AVDL set me off. NKTX also set me off, but I was able, it was still a stock I was able to kind of time the rhythm of it. But yet still, it was not not a good day to be aggressive on it. And even despite, I mean, I don't even know how it's still grinding up, but it's like I'm tempted to get back on and trade again. Maybe power hour, maybe the power hour. I'll jump back on and see if I can get some money out of this baby. I mean, we are above the trend line here, descending resistance. We are above that, so that's a good sign. And looking at the chart right now, I can see this thing very possibly coming up to $20 and breaking it before the end of the day. I can see that happening. I mean, we've already come and broken 17, down from 16.20 up to 17.20, exactly almost $1, almost to the penny. If that doesn't scream, well, maybe it's not it. It's, let's see, high. High. Where's the high? 17.24, and then the low 16.20. So basically exactly $1. It's just there is range to the stock, which makes it so disappointing that I just can't get a hold of any nice wins on it. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm just looking at it. It's like I'm ready for it to just rip, and then I'm really tempted to get back on, and I know I'm not supposed to because I've done it like 2 to 3 times today. I've gotten back on, and at one point I was like in my car in the garage, keys in the ignition, ready to go to the park, call it a day. I was red 2,800. And I was like, shoot, maybe I should check the stock one more time. And I knew, I was like, I shouldn't check it because I'll get tempted to get back on. Sure enough, I look at it and it's up, it had just ripped way high. It was this rip right here, this pop right here that you see. Let me zoom in. It had just done that big, in my opinion, big rip here. So I saw that and I was like, oh, shoot, I'm getting back on. Got back on, try to get in on this pullback here. Boom, $750 gone on this break, and it just sold off all the way down to here. And so I ended up getting off at about when it was crashing down. And then guess what happens? Bottoms out here and rips and breaks the pivot up here at 16.75. I mean, really rubbing salt into the wound. So I'm tired of looking at these stocks. I'm gonna call it there. I'll be back at it tomorrow. Hopefully a green day. If not a green day, hopefully I can have the forethought to, the wisdom to be, to know when to call it, to know when to walk, because I don't want to sit here and overtrade. I'm up $8,000 on the week. It's still a decent week. I still have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I still have 3 trading days. Any of those days has the possibility to be absolutely fantastic, and I could still finish this week well above 10,000 easily. But if I have more big red days, then that's just not going to be the case. So at this point, it's just damage control for the rest of the month of April. Up over 50,000 on April. Don't want to fall below 50,000 because it's a great month. It's a great month, and I don't want to biff it on the last week. So I'm going to try really hard not to do that. So with that said, guys, I'm going to head out. I'll be back tomorrow with another review and a recap. Please, if you like the transparency, if you like the honesty coming forth on my red days, drop a like, please subscribe if you're not subscribed, because these are not easy days to talk about. I mean, it's seriously $4,000 gone, and it hurts a lot more than I felt good yesterday. Like, I felt, pretty good. I mean, it was a record day. I felt, I wasn't like going around, happy all day long, but here I am losing just a third of what I made yesterday, and now I'm just like end of the world, sad, but I'm not in a position that I haven't been before. I'll say that. So this is not something new. This is nowhere near a record red day. This is just a very disappointing red day, and it's just the way it is. So with that said, I'm gonna head out for the day, and I will be back tomorrow. All right. Peace.